Hi there and welcome to Siliput. You all are going to require each and every individual who said that Cassie lied or overstated what was befalling her when she was with Diddy to begin saying sorry pronto in light of the fact that one in the universe was that in film. Furthermore, what do you mean did he power Kim Porter to? Taste Cassie's tampon. And Cassie even partook and chuckled when she saw how Cam was being treated by Diddy. OMG, you all. What I can say is that such a large amount of what has been expressed before about discussions Cassie had with Camp is really starting to include. I will advocate for you since. See, I know something that many individuals don't realize. I realize that you and Kim Porter had a plunk down just before she left us, and before we even get further, is Keisha safe on the grounds that there's an unmistakable example here and it's not looking great? I realize Diddy's son ought to never have delivered that track arranging the federal authorities, since now individuals are likewise saying that the federal authorities are spilling what they found to show the whole family something new by and by. I'm hanging around for all the spilling and theft. Spilling and you who after new film surfaced of Diddy abusing Cassie of Kim Porter's affirmed companions Kafat Boo stood up expressing out loud whatever she has clearly been saying for like 20 years, that Kim was uncovered by Diddy. This is what Coca said, this Diddy thing isn't a shock yet. It makes me recall the horrendous way he treated my companion Kim Porter, and how I've in every case quietly considered him answerable for her young passing Rakim, in one of her numerous new posts, family likewise. Notice that rich people of color don't unexpectedly bite the dust from pneumonia at whatever stage in life. 47, with no family around to shield her locked away from the world as opposed to getting clinical consideration at an emergency clinic. She's making a ton of sense. However, the things she likewise said about Cassie being complicit in what was befalling Kim had me at the edge of my seat. I explicitly said that Cassie let herself be displayed in front of Kim. What's more, snickered at how Diddy was treating Kim, saying that amusingly Cassie in those days permitted herself to be utilized to disregard Kim in her own home, said that she feels terrible for how Cassie was being treated by Diddy, yet at the same time she recollects when Cassie permitted herself to be involved against Kim as Diddy embarrassed her for quite a long time. Then she said, you all have consistently loathed me for talking about these men, yet they merit it, which all of you found in the video of Diddy roughing Cassie was nothing, and she will always remember the time he attempted to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon. You is very nauseating. What do you mean did he attempt to make Kim lick Cassie's tampon? And it deteriorates Cassie's cola, even proceeds to describe how one time at 400 in the inn. The first part of the day, Diddy brought Cassie, who was fundamentally a young person, into his room, where Kim was resting, and awakened him and advised her to get up so Cassie could get in. Essentially, what Cola was talking about was that Kim was mistreated for quite a long time, and Cassie laughed about it until she became Kim later on. Okay, some of you all are likewise saying that you don't know Coca-Cola is convincing, and that there are a lot of inquiries regarding her, like did she at any point spill her in container-loaded tea? Since when was she even Kim's companion? However, it's essential to take note of that Cab made sense of her relationship with Kim, saying they evidently ate once and talked on the telephone 2 or multiple times, and she accepts all that Kim told her when they talked. So, for the individuals who are saying that she wasn't close by anyone's standards to Kim, Cola isn't guaranteeing that they were best pals. She's just expressing that in the discussions she had with Kim Rev. I led those things to her. May I realize there have additionally been discussions about how Cassie deceived Kim and how she was complicit, yet we should not fail to remember that we are discussing somebody who is in her adolescence in the organization of a more established, exceptionally rich and influential man. I mean, have we as a whole watched the very video that was delivered by CNN? The recording, ordered from numerous camera points, dated Walk 5th, 2016, seems to show Diddy and Cassie at a now chat Intercontinental lodging in Century City, Los Angeles. In the video you can perceive how Cassie leave the lodging room, man strolls to a bank of lifts. Then Diddy, holding a towel around his midriff, pursues down a lobby her, and he snatches her by the rear of the neck and tosses her to the floor. Then, at that point, goes to kick her. Now, when Cassie is still on the floor, Diddy recovers an handbag from the floor, closes the lifts, and afterward, he pivots and kicks Cassie again as she lies still on the floor. Or about following 4 seconds, he then momentarily hauls Cassie by her pullover toward the room previously leaving. Child, I was unable to try and accept what was occurring there on the grounds that as Cassie was attempting to assemble things from the floor subsequent to battling to awaken Shet, moved to get a telephone on the lobby wall close to the lips. Then Diddy is still in a towel and sock returned in a mirror straightforwardly. A C-cross from the security camp cameras showed him in a real sense. Pushing Cassie seconds later, he plunks down on a seat and gets an item off a table and tosses it toward Cassie right off the bat. I mean, come on, it's serious. You all. I don't know. I've seen something else nastier since this whole Diddy show started yet. Assuming you review, Cassie really referenced the episode in her claim when she expressed that around in Walk 2016, Diddy turned out to be very inebriated and punched her in the face, giving her a bruised eye. It's a similar episode. She expressed that after Diddy nodded off, she endeavored to leave the lodging. However, he awakened and followed her into the passage of the inn while hollering at her as confirmed in the video. What Cassie likewise referenced in her claim is that Diddy snatched at her and afterward took glass deliberately eases in the passage and tossed them at her, making a glass crash around them. As she hurried to the lift to get away from, she likewise said that she took a taxi to her condo yet. After understanding that her taking off would make Diddy become much more irate with her, and totally trapped in this endless loop, she got back to the lodging fully intent on saying sorry for taking off. From Diddy. Yet when she returned in safety, faculty asked her to get once more into a taxi and go to her loft, recommending that they had seen the security film showing Diddy messing her up and tossing glass at her in the inn passage. The claim likewise said that Diddy paid the Intercontinental and Century City $50,000 for the passage security film. However, obviously they never disposed of it. While when the video began making round, his lawyer Douglas H. Wick put out an announcement saying the terrible video has just additionally affirmed the upsetting the way of behaving of Mr. Combs' words can't communicate the boldness and grit that Miss Ventura has displayed in approaching to expose this. Then again, to Los Angeles Province Local, the lawyer's office likewise gave an assertion on the reconnaissance video, saying that we know about the video that has been flowing on the web, and we find the pictures are incredibly upsetting and hard to watch. The assertion also proceeded with it in the event that the lead of the picket happened in 2016. Sadly, we wouldn't have the option to charge as direct would have happened past the timetable where a wrongdoing of this nature can be indicted starting today, and policing not introduced a case connected with the assault to get it in the video. Against Mr. Combs, I realize it's insane that he can't be charged. However, I'm speculating whoever released this recording knew and recently concluded that Diddy ought to be decided by the general population and I let you know all that individuals have been going at him savagely since that recording was delivered, kid. It's been awful, yet there's as yet that discussion about whether Cassie was complicit and how could he treated Kim, and the thing is Cassie probably began believing that she was unique and she wouldn't be dealt with the way that she watched to Dee treats Kim Porter, yet tables turn on her, and Diddy began to treat her the manner in which he was treating him, yet this cycle has additionally driven to considerably more inquiries like, does that imply that Young Miami additionally went through exactly the same thing? Recollect how Keisha was attacking individuals who were shooting her about not gaining from what happened to Cassie, and how she apparently, Cass, I have close to zero familiarity with you all, yet I see an unmistakable example here. At any rate, this whole development likewise has certain individuals saying that Cassie and Young Miami are both gold diggers who merit what befell them. I know it's unforgiving, particularly considering all that they might have gone through. However, what do you believe? Is it probably true that they merit it? And what is your take on Coca-Cola thing that Cassie looked as Ken was being abused, reasoning it wouldn't occur to her did likewise correct thing occur with Keisha dropping those contemplations in the remarks segment underneath, as well as this may be a great opportunity to drop something that Jan Wright shared with your psyche somewhat more. I will advocate for you since I know something that many individuals don't realize. I realize that you and Kim Porter. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.